Baby Soul, and I'm here to talk to you about my forthcoming EP, which will be released on the 10th of January 2011. Well, the whole premise for the CD was that I wanted it to be like a live gig. I wanted it to be as you would hear it if you were to come and watch me at a show. So hopefully when you hear the record, it will be reflective of what you would hear live, or at least what I would, in my mind, love you to hear live. Okay, track number 1, Always. I wrote it with a very talented producer called Matty P, and it's sort of drawn from the experience of all of my relationships with people that have ended up cheating on me. Basically, great. Always is a track that I think mixes up that whole big band feeling with a rockier, edgier sound. It's definitely got elements of ska in there, as you all know. If you don't know me already, you'll get to know that I'm a massive reggae fan, and anything that you can skank or ska to, I'm majorly on. So there's definite elements of that in there. Track 2 is a track called No. It's a jazz reggae tune. It's kind of like came about like with my guitarist Boyan. For this one, I let him into my mind, and I was like, oh, I really want this, and then it got to a point in the chorus, because it was originally a garage track actually, this song in my head. So I had all of these chords, and we went through them, and it got to the chorus, and he was asking me about voicing, and I was like, no, that's not what I want to hear, no, that's not what I want to hear. And then he played a chord, and I was like, that is not what I want to hear, but that is perfect, and it just changed the course of that whole song for me. So I credit the No as it is today to Boyan, because without him it wouldn't be as it is. So track number 3, Sitting. I wrote this song a long time ago. The track was produced by a guy called Nihad Rushdie for Naya Productions, and that's a song that really speaks true of a really difficult time in my emotional life. The EP being a live recorded element, we sort of took the track that had been produced and re-recorded it in a live format. So the whole track's sort of been revamped and rearranged for live. So it's a live arrangement that you're going to be hearing on the EP, as opposed to the original produced version that was put together, that I've done. I'd say it's quite soulful. The track is a soulful track. It's a soulful track. It's a soul track. It's soul. It's soulful. Number 4, TikTok. I wrote this song with Janae. Basically, he kept on going on about the fact that I never write happy songs. So he sat me down and he said, look, listen, you need to write a happy song. And I just left. I'd been working, doing a 9 to 5, and I was miserable, hated it, and I just left my job, and it was like the most liberating thing that I'd ever done, and I decided that I was going to follow my dreams and pursue a career in music. But it was actually one of the most depressing times of my life, because from earning a regular wage to having nothing, it's quite devastating. And he sort of said to me, look, you know, get out of the dumps, let's write this really happy song. And I came up with TikTok. And what's quite cool about this song, I feel, is that I wrote this song before my mother passed away, and it was about me looking at myself sitting in a bar, talking to myself and convincing myself that I didn't need to be in that place anymore, that I could leave that place and be happy. And after my mum passed away, that person that I was talking to in the song became her, and I really like that song because I think it's quite a hopeful tune. Track number 5. It's called Plans, and it's basically about a guy who I was in love with, who wasn't necessarily in love with me, but I went ahead and decided that I'd make all these plans in my mind anyway, and base like our whole existence, our whole relationship, sort of, you know, around these ideas that I had in my head. And shouldn't have done that. I mean, this is an out and out reggae track. Out and out reggae. With some horns skanking away in the background. It's one of my favourites. Actually, it's great fun to perform. And I hope you like it. Track number 6. I wrote this one after having watched a documentary about the Rwandan genocide. I come from the Congo, and we've sort of like been hearing a bit of what was going on because obviously we have family there, and it touched me deeply. And I remember watching this documentary and feeling so like moved by these people who, even though they've been through so much, still managed to smile and laugh and play and live. I took a piece of paper and wrote down the keys of a keyboard and sang the notes and worked out on a piece of paper where the melody of the song, basically the driving melody of the song, and the lyrics literally just came to me like that. I'm not entirely convinced that I wrote it, to be honest, but that's how it happened, and it was just fluid, and it just kind of like came through me and onto a page. And I really love that song because it's one that I wrote, one of the first that I wrote that I kept. So yeah. Track number 7. It's a track called Gone, and it's about my sister. I love her to bits, but she annoys me a lot. Our mother passed away and we were living together, and after having moved out and been apart, so to sort of like come together again and learn to deal with each other as adults was an interesting process. I wrote this track on guitar, sitting down in my living room, and I think my sister had done something to upset me again, so I just went nah and wrote it. And the vibe of the track that's been produced by Boyan, it's kind of like a really feel-good track, kind of steely down, funky horn section, get up and dance type of tune. And as with most of my songs, it doesn't matter how happy they might sound, they're not always that happy in content, but I think it's a good one and I hope that you like it. So that's it, that's the end. I hope you buy my EP. I hope you follow me on Twitter. I hope you find me on Facebook. I hope you check out my MySpace, and most of all, I hope that you actually enjoy the CD. Please come to my launch party. I will be dancing a lot on the night. Just come. Okay. Miss Baby Soul. Google me. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye. www.missbabysoul.com. Thank you. Good night.